Hi, my name's Jen, and I am 1 week post-op from a medial meniscus root tear repair surgery. And I wanted to post this video, and we'll continue to post videos at each week of my recovery, because when I realized that I needed this surgery, I went to the internet like we all do, and there wasn't much out there, and I just wanted to share my story. I don't typically record things like this, so bear with me. I am pretty athletic, and I myself am a physical therapist. So when I heard about this, this tear, when I finally got the MRI, I was wondering, can I do this? Will I get better without surgery? And basically the answer is no. And the recovery is tough. 6 weeks of non-weight bearing on the affected leg. So I'm a physical therapist, and I wanted to just talk to people that maybe haven't had the surgery yet to really think about what you're going to need afterwards. It was an outpatient surgery, and they send you home on crutches, but crutches aren't super functional. You need both your arms to work them, so you can't carry anything. And if you lean them on something, they can fall over. So if you have access to one, get yourself a wheeled walker and attach a basket on the front. That has been super helpful. I've been able to do a lot more and call my poor husband's name a lot less. So I got myself a walker for upstairs and for downstairs. I also borrowed a wheelchair from a friend. Getting around the kitchen, if I'm going to help with any of like meal prep or anything like that, that is really helpful. I also borrowed a potty chair in case, just for at night. Because when you get out of bed, you got to get the, braces on. I don't want to hurry and then put my weight on the leg. So the biggest thing with this recovery is not putting the foot down to protect the repair. So I had my post-op follow-up visit yesterday, and everything is going well. I'm not sure if you can see in the video, I'm sitting here in bed now, and I have the brace open, and the swelling's going down. It's looking good. But the first 3 days, post-op day 2 and 3 were the absolute worst, and then turned the corner the next day. Only really needed the pain pills, the Vicodin, for the first couple of days, and I'm not even sure it was helping me. I think the Advil was most helpful, and then I alternated Advil and then Tylenol. So just something maybe to look into if you're struggling with pain post-operatively. So I did go to therapy. I think it was the 4th day after surgery, and had a great therapist who took me through all the exercises, and now I'm doing those on my own every day. It's trying to get the extension or the straightening back in your knee, which is the most important, and then a little bit of flexion or bending, but that's limited. So 30 degrees, 40 degrees, and then maybe 30, 60, and then 90 degrees. You're allowed to move up, in 2-week increments to get to those benchmarks in those time periods. I am hanging out here in my daughter's bedroom. She doesn't live in this house anymore, and I have everything I need around me. I'm actually back to work. I work remotely, so I've been doing that since yesterday, which was 6 days post-op. So that's been a real blessing. That's been great. I think the most important thing to do before you have the surgery is just to plan and prepare your household, your surroundings, think about what you might need, and just get everything set so that when you come home, you're able to get around and take care of yourself. Make sure you have somebody that can assist you as well. As far as the exercises, they're pretty simple. Like I said, the straightening, the bending, straight leg raising, and then also like working on the non-affected side, that has, almost been worse than the good side or than the bad side, because you're standing on the unaffected leg all of the time. And even though I am somebody who, was exercising, going to CrossFit, weightlifting, cardio, 4 to 5 times a week, I still feel a little fatigue and soreness in my hip muscles, the abductors on the unaffected leg. One thing I wanted to touch on in the beginning that I forgot was like, how did this happen? And I think that is the most popular or most common question that I've been asked. And honestly, it was not a one-time, like, I didn't hear a pop. I didn't have severe pain. It was, I don't even know. I woke up one morning and the outside, so the lateral side of my calf was very painful and sore. And my whole leg was swollen. The funny thing is, my tear was on the inside, the medial meniscus root, and I did not have any pain on the medial side. It was always in the calf and a little bit into the hamstring muscle, but on the outside of my leg. So it persisted for probably, I think it was 6 weeks before I went to get an MRI, because typically I can get these things to resolve on their own, and this didn't. So there were a couple of times where I had extra soreness after a workout, and I did have to modify during that whole 6-week time period before I did go get the MRI, because I realized that something wasn't quite right. Anyway, so I just wanted to, whoops.